All right, welcome back, everybody, to The Yard. This is segment 2. My name is Darryl Scotti, and I'm joined, of course, with our co-host, producer, and creative director, Alex Chacon, and Joey Gutos. And again, segment 2 here. So if you didn't see segment 1, go back and take a look at it. We got some really cool stuff. Joey's talking about his musical process and how he's writing. It's really cool stuff. In this segment, we're going to talk about some of the challenges in the music industry today and have you navigate through some of that. So, Joey, first of all, the modern day musician is faced with a lot of different challenges today. You're responsible for so many things, but it's a changing industry, and there are things in the digital realm that have created some of these challenges. And of course, we believe here at Big Yard that challenges can present opportunity. So, what's your take on that? Yeah,
there's so much that I think it's necessary to sort of pick a lane. Before, it was you only had so many outlets and platforms, and now there's kind of endless, ways to get the word out about what you're doing. And I feel like each one kind of carries its own set of parameters that you have to study and keep up with. So it's just incredibly time consuming, and I think I've gone through periods where I've gotten lost in trying to do them all, and it ultimately makes it all less effective. So I've been trying to narrow my focus and figure out what it is I'm best at in terms of my music and what I do as a creative, what I enjoy doing, and if I can, hopefully have those two line up with each other, and then see which platform is going to allow me to express those things most effectively. So, as far as social media goes, it's just a constant studying what's going on, and sometimes that gets in the way of making art. So I think having a balance there, some people can pull it off incredibly well, and I envy them, but I'm not one of those people that can just make, all this content and be that plugged in and still feel like I'm actually reaching deep inside myself and pulling out the things that I need to get out of me.
As an artist?
As an artist, yeah. Because those are kind of two different worlds. For me, for other people, and maybe that's also part of the challenge, is finding a way to express myself as an artist with content, but they just seem like they're in two different rooms, and you got to put on a hat to be in this one and then a different one to be in there. So that's my first thought on it, is finding what works and still maintaining a certain balance and not just becoming unless you do want to become a full-time content creator, that's not what I want to do. And it's a daily struggle, but it's a fun one. It is.
And, God willing, it's a temporary situation that you got to step into, and when things start to roll for you, and I'm confident that they will. Alex, I know this is something that's special to you too, and some of the challenges and what's going on.
I think it's a really good perspective that you have as far as picking a lane, because there's just so much noise and all the things that you should be doing, and you have to approach being a musician as a business side of things a lot of the time now. It's like it's marketing, it's networking, it's branding, it's it's your look, and it's what you're putting out there, and people are seeing all that, and it does take away. It is taking away from artists, I think, creativity and trying to write new content and things, because it's like the noise, it's there. You're seeing so many people out there, and like you said, they're doing so much stuff, but actually, even though they're doing that stuff, they're probably having the same struggles that everyone else is. They're getting the content out there, but they're probably actually struggling with writing music, or they're creating content, but they're not doing the writing of the music. You're only able to do so much as a human, but as an artist, as as a business, and picking the lane, that's a good way of going about it. But I think it still does leave, you still kind of have to hit all the lanes right now, I think, as a musician.
What do you think an artist can do with the awareness, let's say, to the environment that you've got? What can an artist do to make a difference in the industry? Can it be done?
I don't know. That's a good question. I think just being true to yourself, which I know is very cliche, but with like, you know, the content and the marketing and the promotion, I definitely have a tendency to think, okay, what is going to make people pay attention to me? Versus how am I going to express myself in a way that is true and authentic, and by doing so, trusting that there are other people out there just like me that are probably going to resonate with it. You know, that's not easy to do, but
But it's I mean, that's a great answer. I mean, you know, you got to stay true to yourself, and if it resonates, it resonates, and if it makes a difference, it makes a difference. But when you're being honest,
and then what are the values that matter to you? With the noise, right? There's all that noise, and it's like, you need to be doing this, you need to be doing that, you need to be, you know, like, you have to be doing everything. It's like, what matters to you most? I mean, what is making you happy? And I think that's the end goal. Are we just trying to write music and we're just trying to like release like what is inside of us? That's our release. That's how we're trying to express and let it go? Or are we trying to build a record label and get the, you know, it's what's the goals, and writing those goals down and making sure that, you know, what is the plan to get to where you're trying to go. And if you're just trying to write music and you're just trying to do that, yes, it's important to be creating content and connecting with people because you want people to hear your music, and that's important. If it's just important to you to just write music and you want people to hear it, but not, you know, take over the world and be a giant, you know, artist, then,
you know, you got me thinking about this question, and I'm gonna pose it a different way. If it were a perfect world, what would it look like to you in terms of you as an artist and getting this almost sometimes insurmountable uphill climb done? How would you get there?
I mean, I think having a great team at the end of the day, because that's basically what a record label is, right? It's just a team of people that already, they have their processes and they know what they're doing. People stay in their own lane. There's not a bunch of crossover, and it feels like, you know, my brain on a day-to-day basis right now is trying to be a record label all, you know, by myself. I have people that I work with and help me with things, but ultimately it's like navigating all these different things can be overwhelming. So having a team that you can wake up and know, okay, I'm gonna do my thing, I'm gonna do what I'm best at today, be creative, be a songwriter, record, and you know, I got no problem putting together some content too if I have people that are gonna, you know, be a voice of reason and guidance, and also to help me put it together. Have just, I guess, the freedom to create and not feel like if I don't do all these other things, it's not gonna, you know, I'm not doing anything. Like, you're not getting anywhere. Yeah. Because I mean, it's the creation is one thing, but getting it out there and making sure it gets heard, that's a totally, you know, different breed of animal. So yeah, I think having a great team would enable that.
We're going to wrap this segment right now. We're going to come back with Joey, and we're going to listen to some of his music. We hope you've enjoyed this segment. Thank you from the bottom of our hearts. So we're glad that you're here with us at the Big Yard Nation. When you're out there getting to wherever it is you're getting to, stay true to your fate and love on your fate and love on others. And may God bless and keep you safe. Come back around. We'll see you soon. I'm Darryl Scotti. I'm out. God's peace.